Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cantika Amelia, and in this opportunity, I would like to present the presentation of my research proposal. But before I do the presentation, I would like to show my gratitude to Sir Urai as the honorable lecturer in Seminar Research Design course. Alright, the title of my research proposal is A Narrative Inquiry of Student Self-Directed Learning in Learning English as a Foreign Language Across Digital Platform. Alright, I will start from the background part. When the pandemic passed, the influence of using technology became a habit that could not be separated from teaching and learning activities, according to Wati and Matpur 2021. As a result, the majority of students become literate and able to use technology, such as digital platforms, to support their learning process. The rising demand for English proficiency and the ubiquity of digital learning platforms are closely intertwined. Learners now have the authority to direct their own path, tailoring their English language learning experiences to their individual needs, preferences, and circumstances by using digital platforms, according to Lai et al. 2016. Several studies have also explored the potential integration of digital platforms into student self-directed learning process in improving their English language skill. Compared to the previous research, the researcher would like to conduct this study to find out if there is any significant potential in the field of English language education by providing insight into the actual experiences of students engaged in self-directed learning across digital platforms. All right, in my research, I provide two research questions. The first one is, what type of digital resources or platform does a student find most effective in facilitating self-directed English language learning? And the second question is, how does a student engage in self-directed English language learning across digital platforms? And then for the research purposes, the first is to find out which specific digital platforms are considered beneficial for a student to improve his or her English language skill. And the second research purposes is to explore the experiences and perspective of a student's engagement in self-directed English language learning on various digital platforms. And then for the research scope, in my research, I will conduct a narrative inquiry design with a focus on 1/6 semester students from the English Language Education Study Program of Tanjung Pura University. This research will talk about the use of various digital platforms in learning English for exploring the experiences, perception, advantages, and roles of the various digital platforms that a student uses. And this research focuses on how a student engage in self-directed learning, specifically in the context of learning English through various digital platforms, for example, mobile application, social media, digital learning platform, streaming platform, and other platform. And then in the terminology section, I provide three terminologies. The first is self-directed learning. In this research, self-directed learning is a process in which individuals take the initiative and responsibility for planning, implementing, and evaluating their learning completely on their own. This context refers to learning process and activities that are mainly determined by a student's preferences and initiative in learning English as a foreign language that take place in out-of-school environments such as a community or home environment. And then the second terminology is learning English as a foreign language. It refers to the learning of English in countries where English is not spoken as a primary or mother tongue because learners have little or no natural exposure to English outside the classroom. And the last terminology is the digital platform. In this study, a digital platform is a system, infrastructure, or tool that serves as a means to support students in improving English skill as a foreign language that is accessed online through the internet or computer network. For example, online platform, mobile application, social media, learning platform, online collaboration tools, and other platforms. In the context of the research, digital platforms have been used by one English education student at F1021211054 University to support self-directed English language learning from the past until the recent experience. And then for the literature review part, I provide several parts. First is learning language as a foreign language. And then the second is language learning skill. And then the literature review number 3 is language learning strategies. That is include another subpart, which is language learning strategies with technology. And then the other literature review is self-directed learning and consists of another subpart, which is the context of self-directed learning. And then the next literature review is digital platform. And the last literature review is self-directed English language learning through digital platform. This literature review have been explained in the chapter 2 in my proposal. And then the next chapter is about the research method. In my research proposal, I will use a narrative inquiry design. Narrative inquiry is one of the qualitative research methods. The qualitative approach focuses on exploring the meaning of a phenomenon through the experiences and perspective of participants, according to Lemon and Hayes 2020. As one of the methods of the qualitative approach, narrative inquiry recounts human life experiences and present them narratively to understand the event in the story, according to Fatima et al. 2021, Najma and Asrori 2022, and then Priyantin and Herawati 2023. In this study, the researcher will use biography type of narrative inquiry, which is an approach to analyzing or telling the stories of participants. In this regard, the focus on narrative content can certainly contribute to a richer and more thorough understanding of language teaching and learning as lived experience. And then for the research participant, in the study, participants will be selected using purposive sampling. It is a non-random sample selected based on certain characteristics or criteria, according to Hairani et al. 2023. The participant of this study is 6th-semester students of the English Language Education Department from the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Tanjung Pura University. In terms of the participant selection, one participant in this research will be selected based on his or her willingness to participate, good GPA score during the study, level of English language skill, and the various of use of digital platform to support self-directed English language learning. And then the next part of chapter 3 is the data collection. In this data collection, in my research, I use 3 types of data collection. The first one is observation. In the context of this research on English self-directed learning through digital platform, observation can be made to collect data related to the types of digital platform, as well as the participant user account names. Thus, in research on self-directed English language learning through digital platform, observation type data collection might include first, types of digital platform used by the participant, such as mobile apps, learning website, online discussion forum, or social media. And then the second one is the user account name or online identity used by the participant on the digital platform they she or he use. And the next data collection is semi-structured interview. To gain a deeper understanding of learners' experiences and perception on digital platform that facilitate self-directed learning in the context of English language learning, this study utilized semi-structured interview as the main data collection method. And then the following are the steps for conducting semi-structured interview that are adapted from a book entitled Narrative Inquiry in Language Teaching and Learning Research by Barkhusein et al. 2013. And the step consists of first, introduction part, which is include introducing yourself as the interviewer, and then introducing the topic of research and explaining the purpose of the research, and then allowing the interviewee to introduce themselves, requested permission to record the interview, affirming the confidentiality of the information provided, and explaining the interview session, which will be divided into 3 parts, that is past experience, present experience, and the reflection. And the second step is the first stage of interview that consists of past learning experiences. In the first week, the researcher will interview the participants with questions about their past English learning experience before using the digital platform. This section will consist 7 questions. And then the next step is the second stage of the interview, that is consists of present learning experience. In this step, the researcher will interview the participants regarding the question of self-directed English language learning experiences using a variety of digital platform consisting of 19 questions. And then the next part is the third stage of the interview, which is the reflection. In this step, the researcher will interview participants regarding reflection question from the result of self-directed English language learning before and after using digital platform. This part consists of 4 questions. And the last step is the closing part, that is consists of expressing gratitude for the participant participation and then provide follow-up information if required. If there is any follow-up that needs to be done after the interview, the interviewer should inform the participant. And then the last type of data collection in my research is the document. Documents can provide rich background information, help understand the research context, and reinforce findings from other data sources. In this study, a researcher will identify and select documents with the permission of a participant that are relevant to the research topic. Such documents could be first transcript of a participant grades, and then English test result or score, self-study notes or plans, documents of a participant English writing or speaking assignment, evidence of activities on the digital platform, or documents that show students' achievement in English language skill. Through the data collection, it is about the data analysis or how to analyze the data collection. In my research, I will use 2 types of data analysis. The first one is data to English. In the study, the researcher will use the triangulation analysis technique of data type atau triangulasi jenis tipe data, menurut Creswell, by comparing observation data, interview data, and documents. The result of observation, interview, and documents will then be made in the form of transcript, word by word, to simplify the data triangulation process. After that, the researcher will compare, cross-check, and analyze findings from interview with data from other sources, such as observation and documents. In this way, it encourages the researcher to develop accurate and credible reports. And then the next analysis is thematic analysis. In qualitative data analysis, thematic analysis involve identifying, coding, and interpreting patterns and themes in the data, and constructing narratives that reflect the experiences, perception, and meanings of the participant, according to Lester et al. 2020 and Maruf and Halinia 2023. In this research, the process of thematic analysis includes several steps. First, preparing and organizing data for analysis. One of the first steps in qualitative analysis is to prepare and organize data for thematic analysis. In practice, this will involve gathering all audio or video recorded interview files into one location and converting observation and documents to electronic format, for example, in PDF or Word document. And then the next step is transcribing the data. The second step in the analysis process was transcribing the interview verbatim, which involved transcribing the audio recording of the interviews word by word. And then the next step is being familiar with the data. Once organized and transcribed, researcher should become familiar with the data that have been collected in interview, in observation notes, or described in the document. And after that is the coding the data steps. That is involved breaking down the transcript of interview, observation, and document into smaller units of meaning and labeling these units with codes or categories that reflect themes and patterns in the data. And the next step is moving from codes to categorize and categorize to themes. Once the data is coded, the researcher will identify themes by grouping the codes and categorize and labeling them with descriptive names that reflect the main ideas and patterns in the data. And then the last step is interpreting the themes. The final step in the analysis process is interpreting the themes, which involve understanding and explaining the meaning and relationship between the themes and constructing a narrative that reflects the experiences, perception, and meanings of one or more participants. This process involves reviewing the themes and coded data and thinking about the implication and significance of the themes to the research question and objectives. All right, I think this is all about the presentation of my research proposal entitled A Narrative Inquiry of Student Self-Directed Learning in Learning English as a Foreign Language Across Digital Platform. For the last word, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.